Hello and welcome to today's Daily Dominion, which is Dark Ages Prosperity. We have, most everything's here. We're a little weird on the villages. Ironmongers are only village, which is not necessarily consistent. You don't need a huge amount of plus actions here necessarily. But you do need some, and you will need some sometimes at the start of your turn, so that makes it all a bit awkward. There's a huge amount of trashing. I wouldn't worry too much about Charlatan here. The goal will be to draw cards with Ironmonger, Hunting Grounds, and or Catacombs, and then use Collection to score points for the most part. And the AI is going to probably do a lot of that. I mean, it depends. The AI does collection, will buy collection. They're not really great at doing the draw part to get a lot of them in play, but they will contest getting some of the collection, sometimes quite a lot. And the problem is they don't really know how to build draw up super well, and they don't really know how to time pulling the trigger on when to score points. But that, there's some threat here. I mean, we'll see what the decks end up looking like, but a lot of trashing. I'm kind of you're gonna go silver something here. The question is whether you want an investment or whether you want to do an Ironmonger and just kind of skip maybe to a counterfeit or a junk dealer to do the trashing rather than having the investment. Or you can come back for an investment later. Tiara also helps collection quite a bit, since you don't actually need that many copies of collection. You can use Tiara to duplicate that effect. Maybe we'll just go ahead and open with the investment. Start removing some of these estates, hopefully. Given that we already have the investment, I am going to take a counterfeit here. This will be an Ironmonger. It could be a Tiara. I mean, Tiara on counterfeit or on investment is like reasonably good here at the start. This is kind of unfortunate just to find the estates, but that's all right. We could, I guess, counterfeit the investment, though I don't think we're quite done with it yet. And then the question is, do we go ahead and get a collection? Or do we add like a catacombs or something? We're not necessarily in a rush to get the collections, though it's not terrible to be scoring a little bit as we buy these things and go along here. So we can have here, we can either have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We can either have 7, or we can actually go up to 8 and just lose the silver now, which is what I'm going to do, and get an Ironmonger and a Tiara. So they're playing the Charlatan, buying the collection. So it's going about how I would expect. This is going to, we could trigger a shuffle. It's not a terrible shuffle to trigger. The estates are out. It's not a very big shuffle, to be honest. I guess we'd be putting the estate back into maybe we'll just leave it. I think with these gone, because here we're going to buy a Hunting Grounds, I think. And this will at least give us a shot at doing some Ironmonger Hunting Ground stuff potentially. So the counterfeits can trash the curses, which is nice. We want to have at least probably 2 to 3 collections, but again, like I said, it's not necessarily a race to pick those up. As long as we can get a couple of them. We're going to trigger this. Okay, so we're going to have Ironmonger on top. We should probably actually discard the counterfeit. We'll get our trashing. We're still not super clean. So this gives us 9, which is really quite a nice amount. Right now, we can top deck a TR or top deck an Ironmonger. By collection, we won't top deck that. We're gonna try and really up our. And we can keep that still is fine. Okay. Up our amount of Ironmongers at some point, because we're like here we missed the village effect, right? I mean, we're a little unlucky, but not terribly unlucky necessarily. Again, I think I'll take a collection here. So it could honestly be we're gonna get one shot at a village effect here, which isn't great. This is maybe like 50% action or something. The AI is gonna probably take a Ironmonger and another beggar. And I think it kind of, well, they probably take a beggar. They tend to take the points a little early, yeah. So this is a pretty nice turn for the AI. If we get a hit here on a village, we might be okay. Yeah, we should be okay now. The curses being a treasure is of course pretty cute because you get to let's go ahead and burn the investment now. So we're going to pop the investment for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is quite nice. And then we're definitely going to get the last couple. I got to count money now. We're going to get the last couple Ironmongers. I'm trying to see if we should tiara collection or tiara counterfeit. I mean, the safe thing is almost certainly just tiaring the counterfeit. There's not super good reason to risk it necessarily. So we'll put a couple of these on top. This is going to get us pretty close to a pile out the next turn. Well, I mean, it honestly does get us pretty close to a pile out the next turn, depending on what the AI buys here. We could go, I mean, if we get a third counterfeit, we could just score a whole bunch and not worry about necessarily piling out and just pile out over the course of the next couple turns is also a possibility. They don't hit the village. They get some. Okay, we get it on the, we're getting these Ironmonger hits at the very end. Okay, so this scores like a lot on the Beggars. I mean, it's gonna score enough that they can't really catch us. Maybe we should have bought a copper so that we could get. I mean, we could change this also. We could lose the collections so that we can actually empty the Beggars. This was not max cash. We could get another $1, I guess. Well, it doesn't really work all that well, but like we could. This gets us a little bit more money. We don't have to trash this one. And this at least gets us all the Beggars. Great. Oh, you have to click. Oh no. Oh no. Cool. Can I make this? Oh no, you can't even just turn on. No. Okay, fun. We don't want to top deck the beggars. Long story short. Anyway, this is going to be way more points than the AI can score, and then we'll just eventually empty the collections or the curses or something. That's funny. I didn't top deck any of those. You saw me. Now there are 9 out of 20 some odd card decks, so it's not too surprising, but this probably doesn't actually get to 10. Oh, it does get to 10. Well, that's nice. Okay, so it works. Went about as we'd expect. The AI was not trashing, so this is actually quite surprising to me. They have a 5-2. And they buy TR. That's weird. The AI gets investment pretty often. Doesn't really buy junk dealer. Sometimes it'll buy counterfeit, it'll buy investment. I guess it just had other things distracting it at those price points, but obviously that's not okay here. You can't run this deck. I mean, I was surprised they even got that like 3 collection turn, or however many 3 collection turns they got, 2 or 3, which is actually quite hard to draw in a deck that has all of its starting cards. But I don't know. I felt actually just fine about my buys. I didn't. Seemed good. Seemed like good buys. I don't really have any complaints about how I played it. Hope you enjoyed watching it. Nice collection stuff. Unfortunately, we don't get... I mean, and against a human, you would be maneuvering around the 3 piles. You would be, in some sense, racing to getting a turn like I had here with a beggar, where you take enough that there's not really a cheap pile that you can efficiently score with collection. Unlike, I mean, a lot of collection boards might have multiple targets, but here really only Ironmonger and Beggar are like suitable piles for cranking out points. So once somebody does something like this, like the ability for anybody to score just disappears. So it'd be kind of interesting to figure out when you pull the, like you may pull the trigger before you can empty the beggars, even if you can get like, 6 or 7 of them in a point scoring thing. That just leaves you far enough ahead that there'll be a 3 pile. So in any case, that's some of the stuff you might care about if you're playing somebody who had a deck, but we didn't today, so it didn't matter. All right, take care. See you tomorrow. Thank you for watching.